Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Key Time Sports. It's Key Time coming back to talk about week 5 of the NFL season, which kicks off tonight between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, with this game right here, anybody in the NFC South can win except for the Panthers because we know they are a dumpster fire. But from what I'm seeing from Tampa Bay, they have been hit or miss. We know how they played against the Broncos last week against, well, not last week, but Sunday against the Philadelphia Eagles, and now they're going into enemy territory and facing their arch rival, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Atlanta Falcons, for all my sports bettors out there, the Atlanta Falcons are favored by 2 points. So I don't know if the Atlanta Falcons will cover. I don't even know if they'll win this game. But one thing I can say is that if the Atlanta Falcons can generate enough pressure on Baker Mayfield, he will be able to throw. He will throw a few interceptions because when the pocket breaks down, Baker Mayfield, he doesn't know what to do. He gets ants in the pocket, but he don't like taking he's came out and said this, everybody. He does not like to take sacks. He does not like to have a negative yardage play. So if I hear a quarterback saying that, if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm gonna put even more pressure on him to try and get him to force him into some mistakes that he don't want to make. So as far as tonight, I got Atlanta. I got Atlanta winning this game, and I believe it'll be by a walk-off field goal. I expect this game to be close throughout the entirety of the game, and I expect Atlanta to win this game in the end by a field goal. The next game I want to talk about is the New York Jets and the Minnesota Vikings. We got early Sunday morning football over in London. This game kicks off at 9:30 a.m. Sunday morning. The Minnesota Vikings are favored by 2.5 points. And the New York Jets, they are at a crossroads already. Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers, they are not they are trying to meet one another on the same base, see eye to eye, but they are not coexisting together. When you have a coach that says that, well, it's his playbook, he runs the plays, you're the head coach. You are supposed to be on top of who runs the plays, and not you're not even supposed to go to the quarterback. You are supposed to go to your offensive coordinator. So Robert Saleh, he is on borrowed time right now. He When it comes to the Jets, when he got this job, I told everybody, okay, he's a defensive coach. He puts his head on defense. He hangs his head on defense. When it comes to the offensive side of the ball, what is he going to do as a head coach? And to this point, he hasn't done nothing. He's had Zach Wilson. And then last year, don't even get me started with all of the quarterbacks because that was just a revolving door in the Big Apple last year at quarterback. This year, you have Aaron Rodgers. First game, underperformed versus the 49ers. Second game, Titans. You got away with that one. Third game, you played the Patriots, who are a dumpster fire, just like the Panthers are. And then last week you played against a young upcoming team that is in rebuilding mode in the Denver Broncos, and you had 13 penalties. You had 13 penalties in that game versus the Denver Broncos. Now, all the Jets fans that say that I'm trying to spew hate and trying to say that, oh, this team don't have a chance, I'm saying this to you because I don't want you to give your hopes up. Now, I said before the season started that the New York Jets will not make it to the Super Bowl because you have too many other teams. Now, even though all of these teams that I'm about to name are in bad shape right now, it's still early in the season. This is week 5. Ain't no telling what these teams will look like come week 13, week 14, and on into the playoffs. But as of right now, the New York Jets, they have a lot of teams to face. They have the Houston Texans, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills on a pushover. Then you have the Kansas City Chiefs. Cincinnati Bengals might give you a run for your money. And you also have the Baltimore Ravens as a team with Derrick Henry that just ran over 100 yards on the Buffalo Bills. You are gonna have a tough time with the Baltimore Ravens. So, as far as this game, Minnesota is gonna win this game because the New York Jets defense, it hasn't been able to stop a quarterback in their tracks all season. I mean, even though they were able to move the ball, the Titans, they were able to move the ball versus the Jets. The Jets, they didn't stop them anytime on third down in that game versus the Jets and Tennessee Titans. Now, when you look at the last game they played versus the Denver Broncos, they stopped them a grand total of 4 times. They had about 4 or 5 3-and-outs. The Jets defense did. And the Jets, they still weren't able to get the ball in the end zone. You set up for 3 field goals. The offense is very inept. Aaron Rodgers, you are at the controls of this offense. I love Aaron Rodgers, but I can't. I place some of the blame on him, but we got to take a look at the offensive coordinator that the New York Jets have, and who do they have at the offensive coordinator spot? Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett, I don't like him as an offensive coordinator. I never did like him as an offensive coordinator. The only reason why Nathaniel Hackett's name is so big is because Aaron Rodgers was his quarterback for all those years in Green Bay. All them years in Green Bay, when Green Bay had a top-notch offense and an above-average defense. Now, when you get into a market like New York where they expect you to win week in, week out, year in and year out, and you don't deliver, you're going to have more people slandering your name. And we already know Nathaniel Hackett's name has been slandered enough. But Nathaniel Hackett, his offensive playbook, it's almost like an elementary offense. I mean, you got you got maybe 1 or 2 wide receivers to the right, a tight end to the left, then you have a running back in the backfield, and then, sometimes Nathaniel Hackett can call a 5 or 6 yard play. New York Jets, they are in a rock and a hard place, and I think before the season is out, and I also said this before the season started, that Robert Saleh, he is already on the hot seat, but now I believe he is on the chopping block. And yes, I'm bringing back the chopping block this year. The chopping block. Nathaniel Hackett and Robert Saleh are both on my chopping block. At the end of the season, I expect both of them to be fired. I don't like to call for nobody's job, but ever since Robert Saleh has been in New York, it has just been years of underachieving. He hasn't made the playoffs no season since he has been the Jets head coach. And you have a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers where it's Super Bowl or bust. But I hate to say it, Jets fans, but y'all are not going to the Super Bowl. So y'all need to just throw them expectations and aspirations out the window right now, because they won't mean nothing in a few weeks. after you lose this game right here. And you got a few more others. You got a few more other games. You got Baltimore on the schedule, and you also got Buffalo again on the schedule. You got Buffalo twice because you haven't played Buffalo yet. So you got the Buffalo Bills in week 8, and then you have the Buffalo Bills in week 14. So it's going to be a tough road for all Jets fans and the Jets organization and whoever else is associated with the Jets organization. It's going to be a tough and long season for y'all. The next game I want to talk about is the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears. Now, this should be a game where Chicago should just win outright. Right? But I just think that this game is going to be a close game. Since this has happened, most of the time with these two teams right here, last year, the Panthers and the Bears was a close game. Even though that the Panthers have Andy Dalton and the Bears have Caleb Williams, I still think this game is going to be close because both defenses are in the same boat. Carolina Panthers, they cannot stop no team, no offense when the defense is on the field. It's like a runaway train. When the offense need a touchdown, the Carolina Panthers, it seems like they just let them into the end zone. They just let them go run up and down the field. And at times, the Chicago Bears are like that too. But I think that this game is going to come down to who has the better defense, who can come up with more timely stops, and better quarterback play. I think that the Chicago Bears will win this game. It'll be a close game. I expect it to be by a walk-off field goal. It might be by a touchdown, but what I'm going to say that this is a game that is going to come down to the very last possession, and the Chicago Bears will walk off the field as winners with a field goal. The next game I want to talk about is the Baltimore Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals, I hate to tell you this, but you got you between a rock and a hard place, and I don't see it getting no better. You got a rushing attack that Baltimore has found. Last week, they ran for over 200 yards against the Buffalo Bills. This week, I expect the Ravens' Derrick Henry to at least have over 150 yards rushing. So, and the Cincinnati Bengals defense, they have not been able to get off the field on third down. As far as third down defense with the Cincinnati Bengals, they are one of the bottom. They are at the bottom in total third down defense as far as getting teams off the field. And the conversion rate that the Cincinnati Bengals opponents have is 57%. So more times than not, that the Bengals opponents are getting first downs. And outside of that, with Cincinnati, Jamar Chase, grumblings about Jamar Chase throughout the entirety of this season. T. Higgins, he just came back from injury, but all throughout the offseason, he wasn't happy about his contract. I believe T. Higgins, mark my words, you can bookmark this, mark my words, what I'm about to say. T. Higgins, I believe that he is going to leave Cincinnati in a trade this coming offseason. I believe so because T. Higgins, he doesn't want to be second fiddle to Jamar Chase. He doesn't. And plus with his contract dispute, and he's saying that he deserves more money, which he does deserve more money. And also, Jamar Chase deserves more money. So that situation in and of itself is going to follow them throughout the entirety of this season, like it has been already throughout the offseason. So I expect Baltimore to win this game. Baltimore is favored by 2.5. I expect them to win this game by at least a touchdown, if not more. But Baltimore will win this game. The next game I want to talk about is the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. I got the Patriots winning this game. Now I said I wouldn't pick the Patriots in any other game, but the Miami Dolphins offense is the worst in the NFL. They are 32nd in the league. The average time that they have led in a game this season is 0 minutes. They've never had the lead in a game yet this season. Also, as far as total points per game, they averaging 17 points per game. Most of the games that they have lost, you've had teams put up 25, 30, and the Monday night game, Tennessee put up 26. Tua, we don't know when Tua is coming back, and obviously you brought in another quarterback, Tyler Huntley. You brought him off the street 2-3 days. He wasn't able to get fully acquainted with the players, and he doesn't know how fast the receivers are going. Now it was four throws that he missed to Tyreek Hill that if he would have connected with Tyreek Hill on all 4 of those throws, possibly they might win the game, because all of those throws were touchdown throws. They were. So I got Miami winning this game, and I got New England winning this game because the ineptitude of the Miami offense is very startling. And plus, Miami just lost one of their best defensive backs to injury. He's out for the rest of the season. So I have the New England Patriots winning this game. The next game I want to talk about is the Cleveland Browns and Washington Commanders. I got the Washington Commanders winning this game because with Cleveland, I don't know what I'm going to see from Cleveland. Deshaun Watson, he's basically been a shell of himself ever since he arrived in Cleveland. I'm hearing speculation that the Cleveland Browns front office has buyer's remorse, saying that they never should have gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract, which you shouldn't have, but that's the price you are paying now for all of this underachieving success that Deshaun Watson is doing in Cleveland right now. And then you have Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders. He is completing 85% of his passes through the first 4 weeks. So he is the best quarterback in this draft class. Do I think that he is going to show signs of slowing down? Not just yet. And I think that this game right here, Washington, they might blow out the Browns. They really do, because the Browns are 31st in total offense in the NFL. They almost there. They second to worst with the Miami Dolphins in total offense and third down efficiency in the NFL. So I got Washington winning this game. Washington is favored by 3 points. I believe that they'll win by a touchdown or more. So I got Washington winning this game. The next game I want to talk about is the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts are 1-3. and the Jacksonville Jaguars are 0-4. To all the Jaguar fans out there, there is a glimmer of hope for you. There's only been one team in NFL history that has started their season out 0-4 and made it to the playoffs and won their wild card game in the playoffs. And that team was the 1992 at the time San Diego Chargers, now Los Angeles Chargers. The first 4 games during this team's season, the Chargers defense gave up an average of 28 points per game. One game they gave up 40 points. Week 3, they played. The Chargers gave up 40 points. Now, a lot of people are asking me, since this is like the same team, since the Jaguars are in the same boat as this team, do they have hope? It remains to be seen. But if the Jaguars want to make the playoffs, they have to start winning this week. And the 1992 Chargers, after they started their season 0-4, they ended up winning 11 of their last 12 games. So there still is some hope for the Jaguars for this season, but they got to start winning this week. If they don't win this week, then their season is over, because history tells us that there has never been a 0-5 team in the history of the NFL to make it to the playoffs, let alone win in the playoffs. So the Jacksonville Jaguars, you gotta win this game. If you don't win, if the Jaguars don't win, you might as well pack up your bags, get ready for an early vacation, have Shad Khan, Trent Baalke say, hey, this season is a wash, this season is a bust, so we just gonna blow everything up. But hopefully the Jaguars don't have to do that. Hopefully they don't, because after this game, they have 2 games on the road in London. So hopefully before they leave Jacksonville, they can come back. They can come back, get a win, and give the fans some hope that they can win both of those games over in London before they come back and face and have their next home game. So I got the Jaguars winning this game. Hopefully they can. Hopefully. Just saying. The next game I want to talk about is the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. Now, what does this game have in common? Stefon Diggs, he plays for both. He played for the Buffalo Bills 4 years prior to this season. He played with the Buffalo Bills. Houston, they got Stefon Diggs in the offseason. I expect Houston to win this game. I do. Because even though the Buffalo Bills are favored, I just see where Houston, they have a greater aspect, a greater potential of winning at home, of winning this type of game at home than they do on the road. Because we know what C.J. Stroud going to give us. We know what Stefon Diggs going to give us. We know what Tank Dell going to give us. We know what those tight ends are going to give us. And we know what the defense is going to give us. The Houston Texans defense is in the top 15 in total defense. Third down defense, they are one of the best. They are at number 12 in total in third down defense right now. The Buffalo Bills, what the Houston Texans defense can do to the Buffalo Bills is make Josh Allen throw the ball deep. Make him throw the ball deep. Because after 20 yards, his completion percentage goes down. If he throws it short, his completion percentage is up. Because statistically, if you throw the ball more, if you throw deep, if you keep going for deep shots every play in the game, statistically, your completion percentage is going to go down. So that 10 to 15 yard ratio, that's one of the best ratios. That's one of the best spots in the field for Josh Allen because he has a completion percentage of 72% when he throws the ball at least 10, 15 yards on a play. 20 to 25 yards, it goes down to 45%. So you always want to keep him in high percentage throws if you are the Buffalo Bills offense. But if you are the Houston Texans defense, you want to come with as much pressure as you can because Josh Allen is prone to throw interceptions in these types of games. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if he throws 1 or 2 interceptions in this game. But on top of that, both of these defenses are in the same boat. Both quarterbacks are in the same boat because if the play breaks down and they don't see an open wide receiver, they'll take off and run. So this game right here, this is going to be a very entertaining game. A very entertaining game. But I got the Houston Texans winning this game, regardless of what the sports books say and all that. I know that all of these sports books have Buffalo winning this game. But guess what? If Houston wins this game over the Buffalo Bills, would it really be an upset? I'm just saying, would it really be an upset? Because Houston is at home, and let me tell you, playing Houston at home over the last couple of years, it's been tough for opponents to go into Houston and win. So this right here, it would not be an upset if Houston wins this game. I got Houston winning this game by at least a touchdown. The next game I want to talk about is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Now, for the first time this season, the Denver Broncos are actually favored in a game. We all know what has happened, what has transpired over the last couple of days with the Las Vegas Raiders and Davante Adams. He doesn't want to be there. I said yesterday in a video that I did, I said yesterday that after the Las Vegas Raiders traded Derek Carr. Yes, Derek Carr. They should have traded Davante Adams because Davante Adams, he wants to be on the same team with a quarterback that knows him. So I wouldn't be surprised if the New Orleans Saints make a call to Davante Adams, and I wouldn't be surprised if the New York Jets made a call to Davante Adams. Personally, we all know who the Jets, if Davante Adams comes to the Jets, personally, we already know who is going to be on the other side of that call. Aaron Rodgers. He is going to be on the other side of that call. But all in all, I see Denver winning this game outright because Gardner Minshew, he is just a career backup. The Las Vegas Raiders has made him a starter, and he really hasn't played up to par. So I got the Denver Broncos winning this game by at least a field goal, if not more, because the Las Vegas Raiders, I believe that they have just punted the football on this season. So should they start getting ready for the 2025 NFL draft? Maybe not as of yet, but after Halloween, the Las Vegas Raiders should start getting ready for the 2025 NFL draft. The next game I want to talk about is the Arizona Cardinals and San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 49ers is going to win this game outright because Arizona, Kyler Murray, and Marvin Harrison Jr., they are the 1-2 punch that the Arizona Cardinals have, but they are going to need a whole lot more. And like I said, Arizona, they are another team that is rebuilding this year. If the Arizona Cardinal fans like it or not, you are rebuilding this year. And San Francisco, credit. San Francisco, last few years, either they are in the Super Bowl or in the championship game or the NFC championship game. This game right here, they shouldn't have no problem with the San Francisco. They shouldn't have no problem with the Arizona Cardinals. But as I always said, your divisional opponent know you best when no other team knows what plays you run. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a close game. But in the end, the San Francisco 49ers will win this game behind George Kittle. Deebo Samuel is back. Trent Williams, he is watching over an injury. You have Brock Purdy, then you have the running backs, and also that defense. Fred Warner, I believe he can get a couple of turnovers. The defense, the 49er defense as a whole, can get a couple of turnovers off of the Arizona Cardinals offense, and I think that is exactly what they will do. So I got San Francisco winning this game by 10 points. By 10 points, because Arizona will not be able to generate and keep drives alive against the San Francisco 49ers defense. That's just not going to happen. So I got San Francisco winning this game. The next game I want to talk about is the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. I got Green Bay winning this game. Los Angeles Rams, they have injuries at their wide receiver spot. Cooper Kupp, he is still out. Don't know if he's going to come back in a week or two. Excuse me. But Green Bay, Jordan Love came back off of injury. Almost won the game versus the Minnesota Vikings. Made a game of it because it was a blowout for 3 quarters. But I expect Green Bay to win this game. Because they have the better offense. They have the better running game. Also, they have the better defense. The Los Angeles Rams defense is experiencing injuries as well. So, Green Bay, I could see them winning this game by a touchdown or more. So, I got Green Bay winning this game. The next game I want to talk about is the New York Giants and Seattle Seahawks. This is probably one of the games that it would not shock me if the Seattle Seahawks blew out the New York Giants. Because the New York Giants, they haven't been able to, they've had a tough time getting in the red zone. And when they get in the red zone, they've had a tough time scoring touchdowns. I don't expect no improvement from the New York Giants this week. The Seattle Seahawks will win this game outright. I wouldn't be surprised if the Seattle Seahawks win this game by 14 points or more, because this right here is going to be a blowout. It is. Daniel Jones, he's been playing decent, but the offensive coordinator for the Giants, he's got to expand the playbook. Maybe the New York Giants have to call a few trick plays in this game just to keep it close. But I see the Seattle Seahawks winning this game by 14 points, by 2 touchdowns. The next game I want to talk about is Sunday Night Football. the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whew. Now this is a game that I am excited for, and I've been waiting for this game ever since the schedule came out back in May. Now, Dallas is going into Acrisure Stadium. Now, it has always been tough going into Acrisure Stadium and winning a game over the Steelers. Now, as of right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers are favored by 2.5 points. Do I think that my Dallas Cowboys can come in and win this game? Yes, I do. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas won this game. But since Pittsburgh is at home, I'm going with Pittsburgh. I don't want to do it, but my intuition, and plus, I don't want to be biased here. My intuition is telling me, hey, pick the Steelers. So I'm picking the Steelers to win this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if this be a close game and then at the end, the Dallas Cowboys win it. So I got Pittsburgh winning this game. Now, the last game for week 5 I want to talk about is the New Orleans Saints and Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this game, Kansas City, this game is going to be a close game throughout. I expect Kansas City to win this game in the end because Travis Kelce is going to have a breakout game. The New Orleans Saints, they are on a losing streak right now. Ever since they won that game in Dallas, it seems like they haven't been able to get their offensive mojo in rhythm again like they had it in Dallas. Kansas City is going to win this game outright. And another thing, New Orleans Saints, they are used to being in a dome. I don't know what the weather is going to be like, but being outside in the elements, even though this is an early season game, I don't see New Orleans going into Kansas City and winning this game. I just don't, because Derek Carr, just like Josh Allen, is prone to throw interceptions, and I believe he is going to throw 2 interceptions in this game, and the Kansas City Chiefs will win this game behind Patrick Mahomes throwing for over 200 yards and Travis Kelce cracking over 100 yards in a game that they are going to win. So I got Kansas City winning this game by a touchdown. And obviously this week in the NFL, we have the bye weeks. They are going to start. The Detroit Lions are on a bye week. The Tennessee Titans are on a bye week. Philadelphia Eagles and Los Angeles Chargers are on a bye week this week in week 5 of the 2024 NFL season. And with that, those are my outlooks and predictions to week 5 of the NFL season. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified of all of my shows and reaction videos and other content. Also, follow Key City Sports on TikTok. And remember, one last thing, the key is always on time.